like goes live almost immediately.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, you're technically live on YouTube right now. Facebook,
Okay.
it looks like you are live now.
Hey,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
reach more people by adding a title to your video. Yes, that is true. I did that already. Let's make Brett and Matt fight.
Where's Brett?
I don't know. He said he was coming.
Right.
He's always late. Everybody always leaves me. Like George can handle it for like 15 minutes.
I got an hour. I'm bail. Yeah, in an hour.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I got it. Hey, Brett.
Hey guys.
Oh, it's Brett. So the title,
We got
the title of today's
talk about Brett.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore. The title of today's Sunday Funday is "Let's Make Brett and Matt Fight." So you guys fight.
Okay, are we on?
Yeah, you're on.
Is this live?
Yeah, you're live.
All right. So, all right. So how come whenever I go over San Francisco, you're not available?
Well, first of all, you never contact me.
Oh, there.
So-
All right. So it's my fault.
It is your fault, and this is a fight right now.
All right. Are you available on Thursday the 26th or Friday the 27th?
Let me check. Let me ask my people.
All right. Check with your people.
Have your people talk to Matt's people?
They just got back to me, and I'm available.
All right.
Let's do this.
Let's go get San Francisco.
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
San Francisco.
I mean, but like where specifically?
I don't know that we want to talk about where specifically.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Did I everybody on there?
I know where you want to go.
You know where I want.
I want to go there too.
Tons of
Right,
echo.
right.
We're having echo. Okay.
Oh really?
Apparently,
Is it me?
it's probably.
I'm not having any.
You guys talk, and I'll fix the echo.
Okay.
You can just deal with it for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
It
All right.
might be. It really
Well, yeah.
could be me.
Let me talk. I'm talking. Am I echoing? You talk.
It's
I'm
probably
talking.
It's something over here. So
I'm talking. What are we talking about today?
I know something I wanted to say. Okay.
Yes.
There have been some posts on the Facebook pages. Okay, now I got an echo.
There was
But
an
it's
echo.
like-
So Matt's got to turn his audio. Or no, wait. Are you also on the Facebook feed?
No.
Really? Oh, there's me again.
I hear no echo.
I'm getting an echo,
Are you? Are you
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
Facebook
but-
feed?
but not from you. Let me make sure.
I got nothing. I just got this on.
I mean, I can turn everything else off.
That's what I'm doing. I mean, I got my 3D printer on.
You should leave that on.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Got some things.
It's in the middle of
to
it.
print.
It's in the middle of it when I want to print. So.
It's only Matt and Brett echoing. That's weird.
Wow, that's weird. I'm trying to
Am
think
I still echoing?
Let me try this and see if this works. Can you guys still talk?
I can talk.
I can talk. I can hear you.
Oh, well, you're coming through on my mic for some reason. So yeah, okay. I guess there was echo. Because audio's weird. I hate audio.
How come I don't hear the echo?
Really?
Only the people on the stream were hearing the echo. Now they're going to be hearing an echo because I'm playing.
Now I get it.
I can hear an echo now.
Now I do.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we got an
Anyway.
echo, buddy.
What if but that's because
stream and just talk amongst ourselves.
It's because I had the thing on the. Yeah, who cares about the stream? Screw them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's an echo anymore. I don't think there is, but there might be. Somebody in the comments, let me know if there is.
I'm pretty sure there still is because I can also hear it. Testing, testing. Maybe not anymore. Hopefully not.
What if I talk? Are you hearing an echo now?
I hate.
Did we get it?
I hate technology.
I don't hear an echo.
Cool.
Okay.
And nobody is saying if it's echoing, so whatever. We're just gonna talk. And if
The
it
only,
echoes,
yeah, the only.
I'm recording it. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
So, seen a couple times on the Facebook pages where people have said that Saint Augustine.
Yeah, that's from me. I've never seen it used anywhere else, unless
In
it's
reference
to
to
a
a
container.
container.
No, it's used a lot in ornate antique boxes.
I've never seen it.
I have.
Okay.
And I've seen it in Buckingham Palace.
Oh.
So when I got the book and it called the container a cask, I was totally fine with that. That made absolute total sense to me. Okay, and I knew nothing about the Saint Augustine cask. I just, my folks had drugged me to,
Buckingham Palace, apparently.
Yeah,
Buckingham Palace.
Doesn't sound like a bad place to be
Crown
drugged
jewels
to.
in England. So my mom had all kinds of books on all the stuff at Buckingham Palace. So all the silverware. I don't know why she liked that stuff, but she had all the silverware, all the different things, and it was used throughout, and mostly for salt cellars. But little ornate boxes with pictures on them were also called casks. So, plus, there's Edgar Allan Poe in the Cask of Amontillado.
But that's spelled differently.
Okay, and then there was and then there was the brandy casks on St. Bernard's, which was a big commercial back in the 80s, and I totally forget what it was, but it was a big, the dog would rescue somebody and have,
Well, like
this,
like a cask, like a CASK. Those are things.
Cask, yeah.
But
Not
not
QUE.
not QUE.
And then if you watch Jacques Cousteau, okay.
Yep.
Now, didn't speak French at all, but you could constantly hear, and he was talking about a helmet. He was constantly talking about the casks.
Yeah.
And
in reference to helmets.
In reference
to helmets. Those yellow helmets with the light on the front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I got the book, it was like, yeah, that makes total sense to me. I know exactly what he's talking about. No problem there.
You didn't think it was a helmet with some stuff in it, with a key?
No, I thought it was.
You
a
knew what
salt
it was.
cellar. I thought it was a salt cellar. So, and I never actually had seen the Saint Augustine one.
As a young man, I had no idea what a salt cellar was until I went to the Fountain of Youth. I'm not.
And soon thereafter, the cellar disappeared. So, okay, just saying. Putting two and two together.
You know they don't know where the original one is?
Yes.
It's cool, right?
Soon after he visited it.
Yeah, soon after I visited. Yeah. It's probably in Alaska. So if you guys want to search for a real treasure in Alaska, it's probably there.
Why is it in Alaska?
So Lula Day was the lady that found it. She owned the Fountain of Youth before the Frasers bought it. And the Frasers bought it after she passed away. And when she passed away, her ex-husband came up and took basically everything that he wanted. And that was a solid silver container. And nobody knows that he took it, but he probably did, and he moved to Alaska.
Yeah, that would be something to track down.
Yeah. So it's probably in some antique store or whatever in Atlanta. Or in Alaska. Could be in Atlanta too, who knows.
Yeah, in Fairbanks. Yeah. So cool. All right. Well, that was all I really wanted to say, so I'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys.
Okay.
Wait, what?
So you guys are getting together in San Francisco? That's really cool. You guys should go to the hate together and smoke. Never mind.
I'll go to the Haight. I'll go check it out.
I loved that place, man. Like,
Haight.
yeah. Me and Rachel walked the entire, like, that entire road.
This week I've had enough smoke for.
Yeah, you're smoked out.
Days. I was smoked out.
We'll avoid the Haight. Yeah, I used to live blocks from there. Actually, a couple of times, a couple of different places. One north, about 5 blocks, and then south of it about 4 blocks. So spent a little bit of time in there.
It was really cool. Like, it was full of, when we went, it was full of like gutter punks and crust punks, like the dirty punk rockers. And every time you would pass them, like, this happened like 4 times. People would be like, "Hey man, can you do me a favor?" And you're thinking like, they're gonna ask me for $1 or whatever, and that's fine. But they're like, "Hey man, can you do me a favor? Could you just have a really nice day? I'd appreciate it." I was like, "Okay, yeah, no, I'm in San Francisco when this is happening.
San Francisco,
I will have a great day. You can also have $1."
Yeah, it's definitely, the demographic has changed in there. I mean, there's always been kind of punks there, but more hippies.
Yeah,
as you would expect.
I would expect.
But there were always punks that would kind of move into town and just hang out down there and go sleep in the park and stuff like that. But that contingent has gotten a little bit more rowdy, I would say, over the course of the last 20 years.
All the stuff I wanted to see in San Francisco is basically gone. Like, even the Grateful Dead house that's still there, it's not the same.
No, it's not like it was.
No.
So, and Grace Slick's house, and the Mamas and the Papas place.
Yeah.
They're all
Papas, huh?
Everything's gone.
It's there.
Well, but it's different. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Like, yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I wanted to see
good city.
The reason we can't find any of these cats.
Yeah.
Because the Mama and Papa's house is gone?
Mama's Papa's house is gone, yeah.
Our beacon is gone.
That's right.
There was one, because I really like heavy metal, like really heavy metal. And there's this one house called the Black House, which is up above Nob Hill, that I really, really wanted to go see. And it was just a house that was painted black, like full on black with like dark purple trim. And now it's apartments. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Everything's condos and apartments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, all the cool stuff. And music is, with the gentrification of the city, the music has died down quite a bit because the people were complaining about live music venues late at night, and they just don't, the sort of the arts and culture parts of San Francisco, the things that made it awesome, are sort of dissipating slowly. There's still cool stuff, and there's still sort of a spirit there, but unfortunately it's not the same.
Out quickly, like Burning Man started in San Francisco, one of the North Beaches.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
It was like they do a bonfire there down on the beach, and you'd go, some people would take some drugs and just go hang out on the beach for a night or two, or then they started doing it for longer periods of time. Like, they'd spend the whole weekend down there just partying. And they would actually do pop-up Burning Man. So you could, Matt, I don't know if you remember this, but you could just show up. They would, you'd get the messages through. It wasn't the social media thing back in the mid 90s, right? It was word of mouth. So they would go, "Hey, Wednesday,
GeoCities."
Yeah, GeoCities, exactly. But you'd hear from somebody, "Hey, we're doing a Burning Man down, Wednesday night, down on the beach," and you would just go show up, and there'd be maybe 50 people down there. It started with like 10 people, and and then it blew up, and it became like this like moneymaker thing now.
Yep.
Kind of sad.
And the people who are really creative, they can't get the tickets to go.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Everything dies when you insert money.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. But
it is what it is. Sounds like the rave scene from the 90s. Like, I remember, like, everybody had pagers, and there would be like a pager.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
You just have to page people, and they get the address.
That is absolutely how they did it.
Yeah.
I had a pager in San Francisco in the mid 90s, and definitely heard about some raves here and there. So I was a rave club kid. I was a club kid.
We should have a rave. The Secret Podcast rave. Do we have
That
any?
sounds awesome.
Do we know any DJs? Anybody got any like ecstasy? Like we'll totally do it.
I have some friends that have some, I'm sure. It's all still here. All that stuff didn't go away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for some people that I know that shouldn't be doing it anymore.
Yeah, just go down to the Panhandle. You'll find it there.
I had a lot of friends like who got into the rave scene in the late '90s or like mid-late '90s that are still there. Like, dude, you're 45. You're never gonna be a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh well.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that stuff. Still. I mean, not good for you.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Plur
exactly.
or whatever.
But what else? Do we have any questions?
No, nobody's talking.
Nobody's talking. They're probably not watching.
I mean,
you got like
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's like 40 people watching. Nobody's saying anything. And then, but Facebook's doing the thing where it's hard to keep track of comments.
They probably don't want to talk about San Francisco.
Probably not.
Yeah. And yet you have the two San Francisco dudes here.
Huge news out of Houston.
What's that?
The gate was shut in the back of the zoo.
Oh, I saw that on I think it was on Slack.
Yeah, because now that totally contradicts what the guys in JM's Houston podcast said.
Yeah.
It was open, anybody could go in and out. But the article was, it's always closed, how come?
Yeah, but like, I don't know, I could see like two people 40 years later being like, yeah, we always left it open because we didn't bother. But, you know, a news article that people are going to read in the Times being we locked the gate.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's true.
It's it's the same with the Fountain of Youth. Like, you got to pay to get into it now, but in the 80s, like, you could just, like, the 80s were weird. You could just do whatever you wanted, basically.
I know, yeah. So was the 90s, so.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well, nobody cared at all about me digging in Golden Gate Park, you know.
Yeah.
Right, in the 2000s.
Yeah.
I'd call them up, say, I'm coming to Golden Gate Park to dig, and they'd say, oh, we'll come over and help you dig.
It's Expedition Unknown's fault.
It is. Just saying. So,
but yeah, I remember, like, I used to go around, I could dig wherever I wanted to.
Yeah.
And then you talk to people, and people were like, I've never heard of this before. It sounds awesome. I'll help you with whatever. And now you talk to people, and they're like, oh, God, I got 50 emails about this yesterday.
Yes.
And they're all crazy.
Yeah. 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 So we all get lumped together.
Yeah. Like, both of you have seen this email, but I can't say specifically what it was, but it was like, somebody got an email about like a structure that somebody thought the cask was under, so they were going to go break and steal the structure. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brett has that. Like, I didn't read that one.
So there's people who are really into this. There's people who are got some really outside theories, and that guy was down the street a bit. He was
he was crazy.
He was not with us. So,
Lise, somebody wanted to ask if we made a secret handshake yet, and then the comment went away. Do we have a secret handshake yet? I know we've got secret membership cards, which I have in my wallet.
And mine is around here somewhere.
I have mine too. Yeah.
I keep this little. This thing's been in my wallet since the meetup in San Francisco.
All right. Well, cool. So actually, we just I noticed flip each other off whenever we see each other. So you know. So.
Well, Matt, last time I saw him, he tried to kiss me, and he tried to convince me that it was some kind of secret handshake, and I'm like, dude, come on.
It was San Francisco.
It's true.
Brett was like, that's mine and George's secret handshake. I can't share that with you.
Why won't Brett do it too? This is weird.
Yeah.
No secret handshakes. You know what? There was an interesting comment that I saw today, and I responded to a little bit. And it was, I can't remember who said it. I'm sure I can find it. But he was saying, I think kind of complaining about the lack of progress, and then saying that I bet there would be a ton more progress and more found, if not all of them found, if each of these things was worth $1 million.
Yeah.
You remember seeing that today?
Yeah, I saw that.
And my response, what's that? Go ahead.
It's true though.
Okay, I differ with that.
Okay.
I differ with that, and there's a couple reasons. Like, dude, Matt thinks that these are worth $1 million, and there's a bunch of Matts out there, right? Like, you treat this as if it's priceless. Would the fact that there's $1 million on the line change? You're still trying as hard as you can and doing everything you can,
dude,
right?
Think about the fin hunt though. Like that $1 million prize brought out the crazies.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying the crazies wouldn't come out. What I'm saying is that I don't know that more specific progress would be made, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, because there is Linus's law. This is gonna, identify me as a computer geek. Linus Torvalds, the guy who invented Linux.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he coined this thing called Linus's law, which is with enough eyes, there are no bugs.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you have, how many people work at Microsoft on Excel? I mean, 500?
Probably.
Okay. So, but how many of those are in marketing? How many of those are, even if it's a couple thousand, how many of those are in marketing? How many of those are in customer support? How many of them actually work on the bugs? Okay. A very tiny percent of all the people at Microsoft work on Excel.
Right.
Okay? So they have to find the bugs, they have to work on the bugs. But in the Linux world, there were 100,000, 500,000 people looking at the problems that would come out day to day on Linux. And, out of 500,000 people looking at the same bug, somebody goes, oh, I know how to fix that.
Yeah.
And fixes it, whereas at Microsoft, you got, 200 people working on it. Maybe they find it, maybe they don't. So with enough people, somebody's going to remember if you had enough, and this is why they failed in the beginning. Okay. There wasn't enough people going, oh, I know where Stonewall Store is, and 99% of them are wrong.
Yeah.
But you only need the one guy who actually knew, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know that that's true anymore, because even John Palancar can come on and be like, these cities are correct, and that's the Saint Augustine painting right there, and people are still like, no, he's wrong.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
It's on the moon.
Let's say it was worth $1 million. I mean, it would be worse.
I think people would be more.
It would totally be worse, but you only need 1 out of the million to be right.
Yeah.
And that only has to happen 10 times.
Right.
9 times.
Okay, so the popularity would draw more people in. So, it's almost, there's 2 answers. Yeah. Yes and no, right? Because the popularity would draw more people in. All it takes is 1 out of those 100,000 people to be right.
You get 999,000 of them being totally wrong.
Right. But it would be, okay, so actually, I kind of get it. Although, is this so hard and esoteric and obscure that even that amount of people doesn't matter?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're that complex. You would have to have enough people who remember things the way they were to be able to have the large number of people so that one of them said, oh yeah, I know where that is.
Right.
Yeah. But
I don't know. Like, and a lot of them, like Cleveland, Boston, Chicago, nothing really changed. Except the tree in Chicago. But everything else is there. Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, I can think of a couple of things that have changed. Like the thing on the USS Maine in Charleston. That's gone. But we at least know that. So I get...
Not unspent. Okay, and that's right in the middle of the would you recognize the fence from the little post
No,
if
probably
they hadn't
not.
already
Yeah.
recognized the halo? You know,
Yeah. I don't know.
but
Somebody asked Matt if you have documented all of your digs in Golden Gate Park, which
no.
is I wouldn't.
Somebody also asked me how many I'd done, and I was going, probably since I moved here. And this doesn't count digs prior to moving to Northern California, but I moved to Northern California in July of 1999, and since then I've probably put a shovel in the ground near 1,000 times.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook was talking about like the number of people who used to dig prior to Expedition Unknown, and my response was like, from 2010 until that episode came out, I know of like 2 people who regularly dug, and that's me and Matt. Right? Nobody else was digging.
No. There were people who
not regularly
treasure who dug.
Not regularly though.
Oh, they dug in weird places.
Yeah,
what they dug.
I could think of a lot of people who like got together and dug holes, like JM, the old crew that dug at the place in and then the Milwaukee thing. There were digs, but regularly digging there wasn't that much.
I don't even consider myself a regular digger. I just dug often.
Well, more than a couple of times a year.
When I had a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, the wife and family are like, you're crazy. Stop doing this. So. But, oh well.
Yeah.
The kids liked it.
So. They still seem like your daughter still seems to like it.
Oh, they both do.
Yeah.
They absolutely both do. Yeah. And so I'll be dragging one to Houston.
Nice.
September or October. I actually tried to get out there last week before last, and just family stuff couldn't break away.
Yeah.
It's from where I was to Houston is like a 3 or 4 or 5 hour drive. So couldn't do that. Houston, Texas is big. Who knew? So
I'm gonna try to make it out to that. I want to come. I think Bradley was talking about making it out too. So it being so close to the
5 by 5 foot square. It won't take us that long to look at.
I have one place that I don't think we're going to be able to find. One thing that I want to look at in Texas, and I don't think we're going to be able to find it because it's. I think Mark said it was all gone.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Bummer.
Yeah.
They put a road in next to where I want to dig. No, actually, take that back. They took a road out where I want to dig, and I'm hoping they didn't affect it.
That's the thing about Houston is everybody knows everything was changed, but it's so hard to know what was where and what's still there and what's not. Like, we don't have anybody like in San Francisco where people do walkthroughs, or in Saint Augustine where I do walkthroughs. We don't have anybody that does that in Herman Park.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It sucks.
So I had to figure out where I wanted to dig then, using like historic aerials and Google Earth, right? And then you have to start overlaying stuff, and then you start up to measuring, okay, from something that exists.
Yeah.
Okay, in this corner of a building, take it at 92 degrees and go out 147 feet. That gets you kind of, it's like you don't have a theodolite or a surveyor's setup, so it's difficult to actually plot a spot out in the middle of the ground with no marks around. But I got it as best I could. That's why I'm down to 5 by 5. So
especially with like your spot, you got to worry about backfill, like people backfilling dirt and taking dirt out. It's going to be tricky.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. Though.
Yeah. Well, I know there was a curb, within 5 feet of my spot, and the curb's gone. So the question is, how
deep did they go?
Dig the curb out? Yeah. So, but oh well. Somebody posted a great picture. Somebody's in New Orleans right now, or just before I came on here, they were posting pictures of your dig spot in New Orleans.
Oh, the Gallier Hall?
Yes, it was a nice picture. They totally missed the, the column above.
Yeah.
But they got a great picture of the grass. So, so.
I
Good to know the grass is growing back since you dug it up.
Yes. Well, it's like, it's not just my fault. Every Mardi Gras, all the grass there dies.
Well, they didn't have a Mardi Gras last time, did they?
Yeah, no, Mardi Gras was canceled last year. And they canceled Jazz Fest today.
Oh,
Jazz Fest this year is canceled. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So the grass is really doing well, So.
Yeah, I'm starting to worry about New York because everything's getting canceled. And right now, New York requires your vaccine card just to have an event. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hate COVID.
COVID sucks.
Absolutely.
So what happens if New York cancels?
We'll just push back. I'll still go because we already bought tickets and we bought a hotel room and stuff. So we're gonna go to New York regardless. But I mean,
gonna go dig my spot.
I don't know where your spot is. I don't think. Is it?
Yeah, better I talk about it.
I'll have to go back and read. I'll dig whoever's spot.
I will tell you about it offline.
So. Okay.
Coney Island.
That's my spot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a big
Mine's
Coney
Ralph
Island.
Bunche Park. Somebody's got to stop in Ralph Bunche Park and check it out.
I wanna dig somewhere right near the Cyclone and the bumper cars. No, if it's so I'm not super worried because we're all vaccinated. Like me, Bradley, Rachel, everybody, we're all vaccinated, so we're not super worried. But Joellen and Ben are not young, and I worry about them getting out into a crowd, and I think they're worried about that too. So we're gonna see how it goes, and if for some reason it's canceled, we'll end up pushing back. But like I said, I think Bradley's still going. I'm definitely still going. So we'll end up having like a mini event and pushing the big one back a couple of months or whatever till it's cold and nobody cares anymore. Something.
So you would do something more like bite size.
Yeah, it would end up being like the New Orleans one. When Kit couldn't come, we had to like pare everything down, and we essentially met at a bar and I bought everybody a round of drinks and we just sat and bullshitted. So it'll end up being something like that. It was actually
we did San Francisco.
Yeah.
Just with people.
Well, like it was weird. We did San Francisco and then we did Saint Augustine, and Saint Augustine was such a step above San Francisco. Where with New Orleans, we were like, we got to go higher than that. So we rented like a metal bar. It was great. Like we had a lot of plans, and then COVID happened, and it was just like, all right, we'll just do San Francisco.
I still don't know how you walked into a bar in San Francisco and said, I need a table for 25. And they got it for you?
Across the street.
Yeah. Across
the street.
No, this doesn't happen.
Yeah. It was bizarre. And you know what? Maybe they were saving it for large parties or something like that. Because we walk in there.
We just happened to go on like that Bluegrass Festival day. So the town was empty. Like it was just a stroke
Everybody
of luck.
was over in
Golden Gate Park.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Because remember, there was nobody down there. Like that place was dead.
Yeah. That was crazy. And there was a Twain painting right above us.
That was cool.
That was fun.
Did you see somebody put a poll up?
For what is the object of Twain's attention?
What is the object of it was up to 20-something possibilities. So, of course, I added like 19. So, but...
that was you that did that?
Yeah, I just...
Suddenly I saw...
Let me add where my nightmares are. So...
Yeah, the person that made that asked me, she was like, I wanted this to be serious, and everybody's making joke entries, and I don't know how to stop that.
Whoa, none of those were joking.
Oh.
Matt's aren't jokes. Matt doesn't F around.
I was serious. No.
Yeah. No. Mine was a joke. No, I actually put a serious one there. And it was a simple thing that said it's a literal object that's related to Twain, like a statue, sign, or building.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like when I was digging in Golden Gate Park, and I was like, okay, I got the goddess. It's got to be the goddess. So the direction I need is Twain's attention. And then that's when I started researching Twain and realized 365 degrees around you. There's you can point in any direction you want, and there's a good Twain object. So
I mean, there's really nothing better than those steamboats, though. Like, those steamboats are crazy good for Twain's attention.
There's 3 things that are better.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc was pretty good, yeah.
Ulysses S. Grant bust.
The Cathedral of Milan. Because he says no object is worth more of our attention than the Cathedral of Milan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Right. So, what is that? Grace Cathedral? What are you relating it to? Here.
No. The Cathedral of Milan. I got nothing. It's like there's plenty of cathedrals in San Francisco.
Yeah.
One of those? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or there's one in Chinatown.
I actually, great circle routed from, the goddess of the forest, the Cathedral of Milan, and got a bear frame and figured out, okay, it's right there. It wasn't. So.
Question: are George Ward and Brad a team? And if found, share the glory, or if you have individual theories, go them alone, but others help dig / stand watch.
I'll be back.
Okay, I think I'm being asked if me and Bradley are a team, which we are, and if we find something, do we share? Why is my son?
You left your door open.
Okay, will you shut it for me? Cool, thanks.
Right.
Oh, hi, love you too. Matt says hi.
Hey.
Hi.
You know how you're like, who's the smartest person in The Secret?
Yeah.
It's Matt.
It's not.
Great job.
He just agreed with me. All right,
It is not.
have fun, bud.
No.
Love you.
No.
Love you too.
All right, have fun.
Love you,
next
great.
All
right.
I don't know what Matt. I don't know what your plans were if you ever found a cask. Mine and Bradley's were always like, we're not the only 2 people in the team. There's a bunch of us, and we were just gonna split everything up between whoever. Like, I don't really care about having the cask. I don't really care.
I want to take a pic.
The Brian picture,
Brian picture. That's what I want.
Yeah. After
That's
that,
After that, it's that's it.
do you know who I would give the cask to? Like, if I had a cask, and if Byron gave me a cask and said, give this to whoever you want, it would be like Nadine and Chris, I think. And then I think I would give you the key, because you've been in this a long time. But like, if I had a choice to split it up between 3 people, it would be that. It would be, you would get the key, and then Nadine and Chris, because they've put in more effort than anyone else I know. And Chris, without even like lifting a hand, the man's just a library of information.
Yeah. So
people, every time somebody sends me a message, they're like, whenever they have a solve that I want to help them, or they want me to help them with, they're like, can we talk about how we're going to split this up if we find it? I'm like, you can just keep it. I don't care. I'd rather know the answer.
Yeah. So I keep trying to send people to go dig mine up, but nobody wants to.
Well, like yours, I can't dig yours up in Saint Augustine. I just can't.
Is there something on top of it?
I know
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
right.
Do you want me to tell you what it? Because if I tell you what it is, everybody else will know. But it's
I know
not like
what
it's
it is.
not like it's going anywhere.
You did tell me what it was on top of it, and I was like, wasn't when I was there.
Well, it's like they built a thing, and it's there now.
I believe you.
But come down. You can.
I will.
John Fraser will let you do whatever you want. I bet.
Yeah, I will. But so we got a couple others to pull out of the ground.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to Houston. I've wanted to go there for a long time.
Me too. I've only been to Houston once.
I've never been to Houston.
Cool city.
Yeah.
Hot and humid.
Yeah.
Cool.
I went there during a like some massive thunderstorm though, which I think happens there quite a bit.
Daily. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was not all that awesome.
And then like the desert, how does it rain so much?
Near the ocean. No, it's near the Gulf.
Well, yeah, but okay. Yeah. I went to Austin. Austin was really cool, but I've never been to Houston.
Austin's cool.
I only
I
stayed
was
there
just
for like a day.
in what's the place called? Well, it's Grun, but where Schlitterbahn is, the water park.
No,
Corpus Christi.
Now, I forget. But anyway, I spent like 4 hours on a inner tube cruising down, the river. It was a blast.
Fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of rivers you can do that in Texas. It is fun.
Steve Sartain wants to know, what do you guys think about BP's Jule's direction? He said, I don't think it was referring to the casks, since there's not an actual jewel in the cask.
Now, in the book, and in all his interviews and everything we've ever seen, he interchangeably uses cask, box, jewel, treasure,
And key.
interchangeably in
Yeah.
the same paragraph.
Yeah.
So that he said in Jule's direction, does that make me think he's not talking about, that's where you go find a cask.
I guess technically in the okay, where was I going with this? Hold on, I already lost my train of thought. Okay, so technically in the lore, it doesn't say the jewels are in the author's bank deposit box, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I guess keeping up with the fantasy of you're actually finding a jewel in a box.
It does say you got to trade in the key for the gem.
Yeah.
But in the lore or in the instructions?
In the instructions.
Yeah.
I'm saying the lore.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
like it would ruin the
Yeah.
the fantasy
And then later in an article, he kind of tried to connect them by saying they trusted us with the gems to, so
keep them safe or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So it would kind of, so that
Yeah.
makes sense to me. That what Matt's saying.
Chris just popped in with the answer, obviously, because that's what Chris does. He said even in verse 12, he says, fence and fixture central 2 for finding the jewel cask. Seek the sounds of rumble, brush music hush.
Jewel cask?
Jewel cask. They're interchangeable.
The jewel encrusted cask.
Yeah.
He lied. That cask had no jewel on it.
No.
And it was not painted. It's got some painting. It's finding the truth was kind of disappointing. So what I had imagined the cask to look like and
so ugly.
Key to be the key, I was thinking, a key. But okay. So
Well, there's pictures in the book, Matt.
yeah, they're totally painted.
That's
all
true,
of
yeah.
them.
They're if we're honest, they're kind of ugly. They just kind of are.
Yeah.
Like, I like them. I want to find one, but they're not pretty.
Yeah, we're not chasing the golden owl here,
No.
or the masquerade's hair.
No.
These are works of craft.
Yeah. Where even the craftsman's like, they're not very good.
Yeah, we just knock some things out. So. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Still want to find one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably won't. I probably won't anyway. You might. I won't.
You will. You look where I told you in Saint Augustine.
Okay. I'll do that. I'm gonna need to move some shit.
You are slowly working away all the other possibilities. So I'm obviously right. So
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know. Still waiting to see what pops up on Expedition Unknown. See if the rumors are true.
Is there another Expedition Unknown rumor coming out?
There's been a couple of rumors. There was a rumor that somebody dug up Charleston and Saint Augustine.
How fun!
Yeah.
You missed that going by.
And then there was that tweet from Josh that said a couple of 2 secrets are coming or whatever.
The old annual rumor mill.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. but he isn't flying back from wherever he was. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Epic Lunch Squad, which is cool. This is a dude that like the secret is, I can't say what he did, but the secret is like his high school. He's got a project going on. He's got a really cool YouTube channel. He said, "What do you guys think about the title pages? Do you think they contain clues hidden in them, or are they just decorative? After all, JJP himself drew them." So JJP didn't draw all of the title pages. Like some of that stuff is Perard. The actual title page with the fence, we know that Boston was spelled out on the hair of the thing sitting on top of the fence. So there's a thing. It's a pretty direct.
The title pages, huh?
Yeah, that's on like the.
I don't have it in front of me.
That's the one with the thing sitting on the fence post and he's holding the shovel.
Yeah, you know me and my thoughts on this. I don't think there's anything, or there's not much, and if it is, it's coincidental anywhere, except for.
You don't buy the front of the book stuff?
No. I think it's lore. I think it's fantasy and fun.
Yeah,
It's whimsy.
So far, the things that have been found just seem to back up what's really already been known, except for like the other guy's chart was kind of nice, but that mostly just backed up stuff that was already known too.
What other guy's chart?
The Chris, Phil, and John's, the Secret Spirits and other chart, where they.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We always talk about that.
Did you see the work the guy put into the latitude and longitude numbers?
No.
He posted that day before yesterday. Look
so.
on the Facebook page. It's really nice. He actually did it crisply and cleanly, and it looks good.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't checked every single number, but
make sure they're correct.
when I did my charts looked like his charts.
Matt's gonna be like, they were perfect, and then there's one for like Paducah in there.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Yeah. How pissed are you gonna be if there's a cask in St. Louis? Like if Expedition Unknown is like, we found one in Forest Park.
Know the least about is Montreal, Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and
New Orleans.
No, I think I'm pretty good on New Orleans. Never, not been there, but I think I'm pretty good on that.
Really?
But, so,
right.
Okay. And even at that moment, it was, did he mean the city? Did he mean a church?
Right.
Yeah.
Did he mean, right then when that email was first published, we were like, what did he mean? And we don't know.
Yeah.
So, but
like I get that dude's trustworthy. I get he was a good member back then, and he was everybody's friends. But it's really shady that he didn't put out the context.
And then he just disappeared, right?
The reason is he might not have it anymore.
Well, I mean, even back then, I guess it didn't really matter back then to you guys, though.
It did not matter back then, and at the time the conversations were going on. We all knew what he was doing. We heard about that. We heard about what he was asking, and when he was asking it, and when he got the results back. We knew that day.
Yeah.
We knew what he had said. We were all talking about it. It's a shame that a whole bunch of that stuff. I mean, I'm going to say more than a third of, all right, say more than a quarter of the quest for treasure information got deleted when people got pissed at each other.
Yeah.
And left.
A lot of it's gone. Yeah.
That was sad.
Did that guy disappear?
Johan disappeared way before then.
No, whoever, was he the one that put up the note?
Yeah,
or
he's
the email?
Yeah, he disappeared way before then.
Yeah, but he came back.
No, I mean,
that was deleted. Yeah, that stuff's been deleted.
Yeah,
and then several other, and it is one of the drawbacks of using hunt names, is because some people had multiple hunt names.
Yeah.
Okay, and I in the end I was like, I can't, maybe 3 or 4 people, I can't keep track of everybody, so basically it was by city. Oh yeah, I know who's working in that city, but it's,
right.
it's
Too
like
much.
trying to figure out who those people, all those people were, and then, you know, I have trouble, you know, keeping track of who's working now. So,
Yeah.
That is for sure.
yeah.
I really I really wish back when everyone was getting pissed off at each other and leaving Quest for Treasure, was when we decided to do the archive, but it was too late. Most
That
everything was
wasn't
gone.
the first time, though.
No?
That was like the 8th time.
Oh. I really
Okay.
wish like Mark would just let go of Quest for Treasure and let somebody mod it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I would love to be able to go back in there, like for everybody, to be able to go back in there without having to put up with just bullshit. Because it's all bullshit now.
Yeah, I volunteered to mod it, and then I quickly re-unvolunteer. I could. Well, what am I thinking? I don't want to. You know, so I sent him back saying, nope, I don't want to do that.
I mean, if he was going to let you, you should have.
You know, it's like I don't think he was going to let me, but he didn't want to get rid of it. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with it. I know Quest for Treasure is much bigger than The Secret because it's got an insane amount of forums.
All
on
that
it.
stuff, right?
Yeah. But still, man, like let somebody mod it. Whoever it is, I don't care.
Yeah.
Anybody that'll do it. Anyway. So.
Any questions in the?
I don't know. I
In
haven't
the-
looked. Let's see. There's
looking.
the title page thing. I get into the conversation and then I just.
Michael Page says something interesting
I
here.
was just gonna have to read that too.
Yeah, he says, okay, if you want to know what in the jewel's direction means, it means look at the image. The jewel is around her neck, which is at the west end of Golden Gate Park, which is on the GH or Great Highway.
Okay.
Which Matt knows all
That
about
is-
the Great Highway.
That is something we explored ad nauseum. Okay, but and people will disagree with me. Okay, the images aren't maps. There might be maps in the images, yes, but the images are not how you find the cask. The verse is how you find the cask. Okay, so now that being said, they're not all alike. So is it possible that 1, 2, or 3 of them, yeah, you use the image to make the map? You know, it's to find the jewel. Maybe San Francisco is not that one. Okay, what he is suggesting, we checked.
Yeah.
quite a few times, but no, San Francisco. The image is not a map of where to find the jewel.
The other thing is this would have required BP to tell JJP how to put this all together, or like it would have taken a lot more interaction than I'm aware of between BP and JP in terms of BP giving more specific direction about how to piece things together, because he would have had to say, well, in the verse I put this, so in the image I'm going to require this, and I'm not sure how much.
And it needs to be exactly in the spot on the verse.
Right. And the verse would have had to have been written with that in mind, or written prior to the paintings being done, which I'm also not aware of. But I just think there's way too much required to make that happen.
Also, I've always got to keep in the back of my head, it's the pearl. Pearls aren't that expensive unless it's the pearl,
right?
Or it's a string of pearls or a necklace, which I don't think it is. I think it is a pearl. Okay, and that theoretically makes San Francisco one of the easiest ones to do. Which means
people in the comments are very upset with you guys for not thinking San Francisco is a map. Just so you know.
I know. So I'll
It's
double
unpopular.
that. The image of San Francisco is not a map and does not contain a map to the location of the cask.
But I will say, I think that's Golden Gate Park. That's a map,
No,
technically.
I 100%. That's Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
Okay?
So,
The GH is a great highway. Is it also a clue to Ghirardelli? Maybe. I
yeah,
don't
that's what I'm saying.
know.
So, I mean, I guess it depends on what you think a map is. Like, is it a is it like an X marks the spot thing? No,
That's what it's not.
that's what it's not.
It is
I
not
agree
an
with
X
that.
marks the spot. Go to where the jewel is on Golden Gate Park and dig there. Trust me, I did.
But
So,
the red dots, Matt, the red dots in the image, they tell you where
oh
to go.
yeah, okay.
Somebody,
Yeah.
just to derail this conversation, somebody asked, because they heard that I knew who the model was for the Charleston Ferry, and if I would tell the story. It was a model. It was nobody important. We're not going to share her name because she has since passed. She's very sweet. That was it. It was just a chick model.
There's
I don't know if anybody. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. It was unimportant. It was just like
You did mention that at some point.
the ferry was just a model.
I'm going the more outside of New York is the Statue of Liberty. The faces in these things are people JJP knew.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know if he knew them, but he seems to just
Yeah.
rent models.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. How do you get like
All right, except for the one in Chicago is U.S. Grant.
maybe?
Okay. So yeah.
Well, like it doesn't look
I
like
think
Grant.
Montreal is supposedly the governor.
The sketches don't look like Grant. That's the only thing. They don't look at all like Grant. Like they have the same pose, and the same features, but they don't look anything like Grant.
Well, that's true. You're absolutely right.
But I don't know. It's a big coincidence that it looks like Grant and it's in Grant Park.
And Saint Augustine is a Remington. Okay, the Conquistador is that horse. I mean, you can't argue that with me. So
I mean, it looks the same. It looks the same to me.
And then
I just don't know how much John Palancar would be inspired by Remington. But yeah, I don't disagree. It looks the same.
he just came out of art school
I guess.
when he was doing these, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably tell you more back then about Remington than.
Yeah.
So, and then and then there's Da Vinci and Rembrandt. And I mean, he was, that's not plagiarism. That's, taking inspiration from the masters.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think there's any the questions are coming in weird and they're hard to read. Because if Facebook's weird.
all right, everybody use small words.
I can't read people. I don't know how. I'm just a stupid podcaster. No, it's like Facebook. I only get to see 4 comments at a time, and then whenever a new one comes in, it refreshes and it gives me one new comment and 3 super old ones.
It disappeared. Yeah, shit disappears off the
crazy.
screen. It's
I
hard to
hate
keep track of
Facebook.
stuff.
Me.
There is, I think Christy is posting about the value of pearls, and I get that some, can be expensive. Sure, depending on all various factors, but I mean, traditionally, you don't think of in terms of those gems that are included. I think that one is at the bottom.
Unless it's Mini Pearl. Mini Pearl's pretty valuable.
Yeah.
She was a gem.
Yes.
I don't know where that
Mini
came
Pearl.
from. Sorry.
Yeah.
With her hat with the price tag.
The hat with the tag.
Yeah, totally expensive right there. But
And then, well, all right, just because I know a couple people have described this to. So there were $10,000 worth of jewels, and actually the price of jewels really hasn't changed that much between now and then.
mhm.
It's kind of divided by 12. Wait a second, 10,000 divided by 12. What is that? 833 bucks.
800
on
bucks
average.
each.
Do you know what? You know what's odd? So odd.
Yeah.
When the Chicago guys got their gem, Byron told them that it cost $1,600 because they went on the news and they were like the gem, or before they got the gem when Byron was just talking about it. They said
Right.
the gem was worth $1,600, and they got the price tag. Like they got the receipt for it, and it was like $800.
Yeah. Yeah. There's retail and there's wholesale.
I guess.
Right.
He lived in wholesale jewelry
City.
country.
Yeah.
Totally. When you get wholesale gems, it's from New York City.
It was I'd hate to break it to people, but it was a crap gem. Like it was flawed. It was not, the color wasn't good. It was a crap gem. He paid for big.
Here in San Francisco, okay, you can find pearls, and you can find big, huge, impressive pearls, and they're not $800.
Yeah.
Single ones.
Single ones.
And you know, pearl earrings and necklaces and, you know, other things. Okay, so those can be pricey, but a single pearl, if that's truly what we're talking about, is, you know, I don't consider it to be up with the rest of the stuff.
I always picture San Francisco has to be one of the easiest solutions.
Sir Robot of the Internet on YouTube keeps putting this laughing emoji in very random spots, and I think I know what he's laughing at, but I don't want to say it. So I'm just going to acknowledge that.
Leaving me hanging.
Yes.
So
it's a comment that you guys are making that's very innocent, but when you have a brain like mine and probably Sir Robot of the Internet's, it's funny. I'm not going to say it. Now he's telling me to say it. I'm not going to say it.
You now have to text me afterwards then. So.
Okay.
But it is 6 o'clock. I got to bail here in a minute.
Me too. I have to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now now at least people don't have to talk about San Francisco anymore.
But I okay. All right.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now, George?
I have no idea.
Maybe somebody can come on with you and hang out with you.
Yeah, if somebody wants to come on, let me know. I'll send you a Zoom link. Shoot me a message.
Me and Matt have we got our early bird special we got to get to at Denny's.
That's right. Yeah.
We both get the AARP discount.
Actually, if we jumped into cars right this second, we could probably meet in 45 minutes.
Probably.
Right? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like each of us.
Yeah.
Each of us
Fairfield.
going.
Are you guys planning a date right now? Are you guys having a moment?
We're going to San Francisco.
We're having a moment.
Yeah, that's right.
I was trying to line that up by only looking at the stream. That didn't work.
We're gonna have a date pretty soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
It probably wouldn't be Fairfield though, dude. I think that's pretty close to me. That's only, I mean, I could get to Fairfield in, I guess depending on traffic, like 20 minutes. So we would need, it'd probably be more like Davis, don't you think? Vallejo?
Davis, less than an hour from me. So.
And that's about 45
Dixon.
minutes from me.
We're meeting in Dixon.
Let's do it.
All right.
There's a McDonald's there, and that's about it.
Been there many times. Actually, my brother lives in Dixon. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
George is doing something.
Linda wanted to come on. I'll let Linda come on.
Let Linda. Well, I'm gonna stay till Linda gets here.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna let Linda. She just sent me a message. She was like, "I'll join."
All right.
Say hi to Linda for me.
You're leaving? You're like, Linda's coming.
I have to.
All right.
No, I'm overdue.
All right,
but it was good talking to you guys.
26, 27.
I'm in.
All right.
I'm in. Hit me up.
Have a good night, man.
Later, guys. Bye.
Okay. We sent Linda the link. Let's see if that happens.
Yeah. I got to go take my car down to get my clutch replaced. And then all kinds of other errands to run.
You drive a manual? What kind of car do you have?
No, I drive a Ford. What is it? It's little. Ford.
You don't know what kind of car you have?
I got a Ford. Who cares? So, it has wheels, but is it an Escort? I think it's an Escort.
Oh, those are nice. Like newer.
Yeah,
the newer
I love the car.
Yeah.
I love it. It zips and goes.
Yeah.
But I also live on a hill like this, so I'm murdered on clutches. So
okay.
I live at 2,000 feet. I work at 33 feet.
Oh.
So clutches go really quickly.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda.
Oh, look, it's Linda. Yeah, I live on flat ground, so unless you're driving a manual, you don't ever have to touch the clutch or clutch pack or whatever the hell it is in a automatic.
No.
So yeah, Linda's here. We can't hear her. Hi.
Hi, Linda.
We can't hear her. We can't hear you, Linda.
Nothing. No. Gonna need to do sign language.
Matt Sparks, do you have a favorite image from The Secret? Same question for Linda. Oh, and you're not allowed to say San Francisco. Do you have a favorite image for The Secret?
Houston.
Houston's really pretty.
Yeah, I like Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think I fixed it. Hi, guys.
Hi, it's Linda.
Yeah. Hi, Linda.
Hey, happy Sunday.
They want to know what your favorite non-San Francisco image is.
That would happen to be the one I call Windsong, which is, I believe, Charleston with the lion's head on it. That's my favorite image.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
I think my favorite's not even a painting. It's like the American Motor Gremlins sketch in the back, with like the car. I don't know why. I just really like
for that. I like the Houston picture with Hawkman and the train.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's So that's got everybody in it. So.
Yeah. I don't know what Linda's doing right now.
I had to.
She is getting beer. Yeah, it's exactly It's exactly what I expected Linda to be doing.
All right.
I am. My mother-in-law took ill again, so she had to go in the hospital. So I'm at my in-laws' house. So I'm tucked around the corner.
Oh.
And I'm drinking a beer.
Got a nice fence.
Yeah.
I've built a fence in my backyard, so I know that's a nice fence. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, I gotta go. So.
All right.
I will talk to you guys later.
Okay.
All right. You have a good evening.
Be
safe with those fires.
Oh yeah. The wind's blowing the other way, so I'm good.
Nice.
Very good. Good to hear.
Have a good night, Matt.
Bye.
Good night, Matt. So hi everybody. What's going on?
Hi everybody. It's just me now. Everybody else left.
Just you?
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm not going to be able to stay on very much longer either. So, but I do totally want to talk to you. Somebody asked a question, so let me see if you want to answer it.
Okay.
What do you think John Palancar meant when he said that these are complex but not complicated?
I think that honestly, I'm still trying to think like a child. I'm trying to think like a teenager. They are complex but not complicated. Figure out the city. Learn about the city. There's going to be a lot of reading, a lot of history that you're going to have to learn. So it's going to be complex but not complicated. Once you start learning and reading, it changes things. Like I just started New Orleans again because we might be going out that way, and I was like, why can't this be about the sovereign people? New Orleans was the first slaves that became sovereign. Why wouldn't he have gone that route? And it kind of changes things, but it still leaves me in the same area, but a different idea of it. I don't think they're all in such populated spots. I think that they're more off to the side. And everybody's in Lafayette, but go to the right or left of Lafayette. What's there? What would draw a regular, everyday resident, a child? What would draw a kid there? What would draw a teenager there? What would draw not adults on Google?
On the other side of Lafayette, there's not a lot there. I mean, there's like the Federal Reserve. I kind of want to go in there.
Silver and gold.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I do. I totally understand what you're saying. Like, but contrarily, Chicago was in the middle of downtown.
Right. Boston is, not. It's in an odd place. It's in a baseball field. So these are going to be places. Like you said, they're complex but not complicated. Just learn about the city, learn about the history, how it fits the verse, how it fits the image.
What's up, bud? Come. I think what people forget is how complex or how complicated it, the things that we already know were. Like how hard it was to figure out things like latitude and longitude coordinates, to figure out the cities, to figure out. So we've already got all of this done, and now we're sitting
done the hard work.
Right now we're sitting at the end zone, right? And all you got to do is take this ball and run that way, and everybody's like, no, you got to go back and then turn around, and you got to go to like Jacksonville to the Jaguars stadium. Like
John Madden didn't do it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, you guys over the years have done all that legwork for us. So even including me, you know, coming in 2006, I was able to say, oh, I don't have to go over all this. And where I've been, these guys have done all that research.
Yeah.
They know, you know, from what I'm reading, I'm going off of what you guys see. And then I saw it too. So why backtrack unless, you know, I think maybe, you know, a story might be a little different, you know. If you have two different ways of looking at a verse and the city, one's going to pull the everyday tourist to it, but is there one that's real similar that's just going to be what the people that live there in that town or city know?
Yeah.
You know, is it, so it could be going towards that side instead of going towards such the tourist side. But yeah, I think we're overthinking it. I think you guys have done the hard work. You brought us to the spot. We just need to find it now.
So somebody, Rob said, when you try to explain this whole thing, or even one finer point, he said post, but I'm thinking point, about a painting to someone who's never heard of this, their response is always the same. Sounds complicated. I don't know. Like every time I explain something to people, they're like, it sounds pretty simple to me. Like it says, look for M&B. That's on a wall, and then you go down the street that's named after the thing, and you turn at this thing, and you dig a hole. Like it seems pretty cut and dry and easy.
If your city hasn't changed.
If your city hasn't changed, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's only complex if you make it complex, and you feel free to make it complex if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of things where, you know, digitally mastering and stuff. For kids in 1982 or 1980, you know, 1990, were we doing that?
No.
Not quite yet. You know, we were still pulling out the tourist maps and, you know, not quite internet yet. So, you know, we were still walking around and driving. And I think they're all within a good half-hour walking distance, you know, get the kids outside to walk around.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think my dog wants to go out. I am going to mute my thing real quick and let my dog out.
Okay. So I guess I'll keep everybody company.
I don't disagree with you. Come on, let's go outside.
You know, the more I keep reading on San Francisco, the more I think it is one where we read the verse. We're basically standing there at Stonewall's door and we're looking around. We should see all this, and then we need to find that giant pole. But unfortunately, since the 86 quake and everything, a lot of poles have come down, and there's a lot of giant poles in different parks and different areas. From totem poles at the Cliff House to, you know, it could be a giant cross. You know, we don't know what the pole is.
Yeah.
But I think it's a case of we're not going to walk far. It's going to be there. It's all going to fall into place. But that's just my take on how I think he did San Francisco. Other ones are different. You have to walk from this area to that area. Each verse is different. Why are some verses 8 lines? Why are some verses 18 lines?
Yeah.
You know, how are people breaking those verses down? And how are we reading the sentences correctly? I keep pounding on it's stone walls *S door, because everybody's like, oh, Stonewall's door. You know, let's
it's
read.
possessive. Stonewall is possessive.
Yeah. Yes. So let's try to go back and read the verses and read them out. It's near ace is high. Not ace is high. It's near ace. So what's near ace? What is ace and what's near it? That's how I'm trying to break it down.
So there's 2 comments. Number 1, Chris said that we should point out the differences between... His comment went away, and now I can't fucking read it. Basically, to point out the differences between like simple and complex things. Chris, just to tell everybody, Chris, I read your comment, and my first thought was when we do that thing, because the Secret Podcast is planning a thing with the Secret Spirits and other yeah. Let me get that right. The Secret Podcast is planning a thing with the Secret Spirits and others soon. And that is a good point to make then, because I think we can illustrate it really, really, really well. And then the second comment went away. How many do you think these things, how many of these do you think can still be found?
I think they can all still be found.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
We might not find all of it. We might only find remnants of it, but I think we're going to find something to say, this is where it was.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time. Right now, I'm still waiting. I'm talking to different people to see if we can get a GPR. I got vacation coming up, and things are getting bad. We want to try to go to New Orleans, but I don't think we're going to do that. So I'm trying to talk the spouse into going to San Francisco and maybe poking around, see if we can get a GPR and run to a couple of different spots with it real quick.
Nice.
And see if we can find something. Fingers crossed, can't promise, but,
Yeah.
gonna try to do our best, see what we can do.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have anything else. If not, I'm probably going to go have dinner. I made, like, an awesome soup today.
Soup? What kind of soup?
It was like chicken and vegetable. It wasn't anything super fancy. It was something like my grandfather used to make, and I was like, oh, I miss my grandparents, so I'm going to make their soup.
Very good.
So.
My wife, for the first time in months, because she felt good, and like I said, we're over here with her mother. They're German, so she made this big German pork roast with the gravy and mushrooms and the noodles and the salad and everything. So that was really good. Yeah. So, but no, go enjoy your dinner, and everybody have a great evening.
Yeah.
And I
thank
always
you for
love
coming
chatting.
on. Hopefully.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hopefully you're gonna get your present soon. I haven't put it in the post office yet, but it should only take like 3 days, and then you'll get a thing, and it'll be awesome. You have any? Yeah, it's 7 things. You have a box with 7 things in it.
I only know like 3 things. I know stickers and 2 books. So that's 3. So that leaves 4.
There's no stickers.
What?
No.
I don't get the little sticker pin button thingy.
No, there's no stickers in the box. I don't know what to tell you.
Uh-oh.
There's 7
Can
things.
I open it on? Can I do my open with it, or do I have to open it first?
You have to open it first and remove something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I'll let everybody know.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, George. Love you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Love you. Have a good day.
You too.
Which of the 12 puzzles do you think isn't the easiest to solve? Which of the 12 puzzles do I think isn't the easiest to solve? We haven't solved but 3. So all of them, except for those 3, which in hindsight are pretty easy. I really, I think, if I'm going to be honest with you right now, I think the remainder are just as easy as the 3 that were unsolved. And I think that the reason we don't think that they're easy is because we're not, it's been 40 years, so people assume that they have to be more complicated than they are. Because, Chicago, Cleveland, Boston. Boston, I know people used to say all the time, Chicago and Cleveland were easy, and that's why they were found so quickly, right? But Boston took almost 40 years. Cleveland took almost 20. But in hindsight, they're super easy. But they're so, they're kind of vague, right? Unless you know exactly what you're looking for, they're vague. It's hard to tell, the counting of the stones in Cleveland is very obvious when you know what you're counting, but when you don't, that gives you no clue as to what you should be counting. You know what I'm saying? 5 steps up you can hop is very obvious when you know what you have to hop up, but it doesn't help you if you don't know. So they're easy in hindsight because we already know the answer. But I think as more of these are solved, they're going to end up being the same. They're going to end up once you know the answer, it's going to be oh, I feel like an idiot for not doing. In Boston, it took 40 years almost. And the crux of that solution was, face the water, your back to the stairs. And everybody in Boston that didn't dig up that cask feels like an idiot for not going to those stairs and facing the water and counting, the middle of 3 ball fields. Or you know what I'm saying? I feel like once all of these are solved, we're going to look back and they're just going to be they're going to be dumb. We're going to feel like they're dumb. Brilliant, but also kind of dumb. Anyway, that's it for Sunday Funday today, because it's Sunday and, I don't have any guests.